Greetings, everyone. Well, the DVD and Blu-ray updates continue unabated. We've got about, I don't know, 3 or 4 left, I think, something like that. Yeah, so today I've got 3 titles that, well, 2 of them are related. The third one may not seem particularly related, and it isn't. Except they all have really pretty slipcovers. So it's the really pretty slipcovers edition of Blu-ray and DVD updates on the Multimedia Chronicles. Alrighty, enough fooling around. Let's see what I got today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Well, those of you who popped on over to the Zarin Isaac Responds channel may already know what a couple of these are, because I showed them in one of my response videos. But, yeah, as you know, I've been, pretty gung-ho about getting caught up on all the Marvel animated and live-action stuff that I've been missing over the past few years. I didn't realize just how much comic book adapted stuff there actually is out there. Man, I've missed a lot. But it's great, because now I just have like tons and tons of stuff to enjoy that I've never seen before, so that's pretty cool. But as you may recall, when I first started doing the Marvel collection catch-up quest, as it were, I mentioned one thing, that while I am primarily a Marvel fan, there's one character in particular that I do enjoy from the DC Universe. Well, actually, there's quite a few, but there's one in particular that I will always make an exception for as probably my all-time favorite superhero, even though he doesn't actually have any superpowers. I'm, of course, talking about the Dark Knight himself, Batman. So what did I pick up? What kind of Batman goodies? Well, a couple that I just could not resist. First up, we got Batman Year One. Now, I actually used to have the original comic books that this was based on, and absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. Originally, they were published, I don't know, a few months after Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns miniseries, and the original comics were written by Frank Miller, but drawn by David Mazzucchelli, who did a great job, really, dark, almost film noir style artwork for it, and it was just fantastic. I thought this was a terrific adaptation, and I say that as someone who's been a fan of the original comic book story for a very long time. So essentially this tells the story of Batman's first year as Batman. It essentially goes right back to the beginnings of the origin story, how he becomes Batman, how he decides to dress up as a bat, how he tries to go out not dressed up as a bat and fight criminals, and how that doesn't go particularly well. We also get a little peek at the beginnings of Catwoman. This was kind of a period where they were retooling a lot of origin stories, and this was kind of a revisiting of the Batman origin, showing a little more detail, a little darker, a little grittier, kind of getting back to the roots and the meat of it. And at the same time, we got new origins for some of the other characters as well, such as Catwoman. And anyway, really enjoyed this one a lot, and it actually does have a Catwoman short with it as well. And yeah, I don't know what more I can say about it. It's fantastic. How I got this actually was kind of a cool story. My supervisor was running a bit of a competition for myself and the other technicians, basically to see who could leave the best notes for the other technicians. We were kind of slacking on leaving notes and stuff, so he said, you know what, I'm gonna run a contest. Whoever leaves the best notes over the next month will win a DVD or Blu-ray of their choice, my treat. And I was just like, well, I'm totally going to win that. So I left just novels worth of notes and basically won. And so this actually came in at about almost about $23, I think. So it wasn't super cheap. I mean, it's a newish release, so it's still kind of full price. But he said basically anything $20 or less. So I figured, okay, that's cool. So since it was a little over $20, I threw $5 his way and said, yeah, here's $5, and just pay the difference or whatever. And he's like, okay, cool. So basically, I got this for $5 when all is said and done. Not too shabby. Give you a quick look at the packaging here. This is very nice. I don't know why I took my glasses off, because I'm not reading yet. But anyway, this is a very nice, shiny slipcover, and it is embossed, as you can see there a little bit. Very cool. And then on the back, We have the Canadian rating here, 14A. It is quite violent and bloody and intense. This is not the little kid version of Batman for sure. Yeah, so very cool. And then the cover on the main Blu-ray is exactly the same, so quite nice indeed. And then in terms of extras, now I'll take the glasses off. We have Conversations with DC Comics featuring the 2011 Batman creative team. Chapter 1 of Batman Year 1 in digital comic form. It's not really the full first part of Batman Year 1, it's just kind of some bits and pieces of it. But to give you a look at the comic anyway. Creative team commentary, I've not listened to the commentary yet. Plus, Heart of Vengeance, returning Batman to his roots. Justice League Doom, preview DC Universe's next animated original movie. Yeah, that's the next one coming up. This is basically the latest one in the DC Universe animated movie series. So Justice League Doom is the next one. I'm not sure when that's coming out. Preview the recent DC Universe animated original movies, All-Star Superman and Green Lantern Emerald Knights. Bruce Timm presents 2 bonus cartoons. Yeah, you actually get 2 episodes of Batman the Animated Series on here as well. Very cool. In case anybody's wondering, no, they're not in high definition. Only standard definition masters exist for those, as far as I'm aware, and they're just straight carryovers of the standard definition broadcast master tape versions. So, yeah, a little disappointing that we can't get Batman the Animated Series in high def, but at least it's nice to have a couple episodes thrown on here as a bonus. So that's pretty cool. So Batman Year 1, absolutely recommended for any Batman fan. I was just absolutely enthralled with that. Then the same day, I saw that they had Batman Under the Red Hood on sale. It was on sale for $16. My discount actually knocked it down to, I think, $10. So not too bad at all. So $10 for Under the Red Hood. This one I thought was so fantastic. I knew nothing about the story going in, and it was totally, totally fresh and new to me. The only part I knew about was the prologue, which shows the death of Robin from the Death in the Family storyline from many, many years ago, which of course I read when it first came out. And that was all I knew. That was the only part that was familiar to me. The rest of it was completely new, so I knew nothing about the mystery and stuff like that, and all the intrigue and surprises and whatnot along the way. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't seen it, but definitely check this out. I was so blown away by this that I actually watched it twice the day I bought it. It was just like a total Batman night. I watched this twice and I watched this once, and yeah, and this does come with a short animated movie of Jonah Hex. The shorts are actually about 10 or 11 minutes long. They're not terribly long, but they're very well done. The Jonah Hex one in particular was just fantastic, and I really wish they would make a feature film, like animated feature of that. Really good stuff. In terms of the voice cast, you had Bruce Greenwood as Bruce Wayne Batman, and John DiMaggio, Bender from Futurama, doing the voice of the Joker. And you also had Neil Patrick Harris as Nightwing, which was pretty cool. So, very good cast. Honestly, I can't remember who's in Batman Year 1. It's not the same cast. I should also mention another aspect of Year 1 that I really liked is it's also the origin of Commissioner Gordon, and how he became commissioner, and how the police force was corrupt and stuff, and how he was basically the only good cop left in the city, and how he tried to clean up the police from within, and all the hell he had to go through as he was starting out at the same time that Batman was starting out. And it's just great seeing the two, and it shows the start of their relationship, like Batman and Gordon, and how they got to know each other and stuff, and it's just a really good origin story. So anyway, Under the Red Hood was fantastic, and I cannot possibly recommend it highly enough. This condenses down quite an epic storyline that spans, I think, well, I guess if you include Death in the Family, it spans like 3 graphic novels. But really good stuff. And as far as, I mean, the thing that gets me about the DC Animated Universe movies is that a lot of people have said like the DC ones are better than the Marvel ones. And I have to say, from what I've seen, I concur. I mean, these are just frickin' awesome. I mean, they have drama, intrigue, just characters that are ridiculously multi-layered, and just really far, far more depth than what you get in most of the Marvel ones. So yeah, I definitely am looking forward to checking out more of the DC Universe animated ones. I think what I'm going to end up doing is, because I was so, these are actually the first two that I've seen, these two here. Because I was so blown away by these, I am absolutely going to be picking up the rest of them in the the relatively near future. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is collecting both the Marvel and DC ones more or less simultaneously, just keeping an eye out for deals and stuff like that. So pretty cool. So let's take a look at some of the goodies you got on here. So with Under the Red Hood, you have 3 hours of additional features. You've got Robin, the story of Dick Grayson, explore the evolution of the character over the years. First look at Superman Batman Apocalypse, exclusive sneak peek at DC Universe's next original animated movie. Yeah, so I guess that one came out after this one and shortly before this one, so that kind of fits in between. I think that one was on sale too, so I might just go out and grab that one. Bruce Timm presents 4 Batman animated series episodes. Explore 3 other DC Universe original animated movies. Yeah, so the thing where they have features about the other animated movies, it's not just trailers, it's actual behind the scenes looks at them, and you get interviews with the cast and the writers and stuff like that, and it's really cool. And then of course you get the Jonah Hex short. So I'll give you a quick look at the packaging here. So once again we have this beautiful slipcover that's all nicely embossed and a little bit shiny. It's quite nice. And then on the side there, same. And then on the back, there we go. And then I can't remember, did I show you inside that one? I don't remember. I'll show you inside. And then we have inside just nice, nice disc art, information about getting your digital copy and keeping your firmware up to date. Same stuff we've seen a million times before. There we go. And French on the other side. And nothing else inside. No reversible artwork or anything like that. So, but who cares? Now, some people might say, well, these movies are kind of overpriced because they're so short. Yes and no. I mean, if you're all gung-ho about getting them when they first come out, then yeah, they're definitely overpriced because you're paying like $25 or thereabouts to get them on Blu-ray for the for a movie that's basically an hour to an hour and a half in length. Batman Year One is 64 minutes long. Under the Red Hood is 75. But I mean, with the shorts being included, that does give it some added value. And then of course you do get quite a meaty selection of extras. So if we just take a quick look at the innards of Year One here. Oh yeah, I definitely didn't show you that. Nice black and white picture. Yeah, that very closely mimics the art style of the comics, and that's great. And then here, this one actually is you get your digital copy, but you actually do get the movie on DVD as well. So this is a DVD DVD with digital copy and Blu-ray. Actually, does it have? Yeah, it does have the digital copy on the disc. The digital copy, which nobody cares about, so I don't know why they keep making them. So Under the Red Hood did not come with a DVD version, it just came with the digital copy and the Blu-ray. So what's the last one? What's the completely unrelated one? Well, obviously it's not Batman, but it does have a pretty shiny slipcover. Of course, I'm talking about Silverhawks, Volume 1. Yeah, this is one I've been meaning to pick up for a long time. And the reason I picked this up now is because they actually just put out Volume 2, which has the latter half of the series as a Warner Archive exclusive. So you can only get it online, and it's like Volume 2, you can only get online, and it's DVD-Rs rather than regular DVDs. But looks like that's the only way we're going to get it, so, go for it. So the funny thing is, I mean, you can find Volume 1 pretty cheap. This is a beautiful slipcover. I mean, look at that. It's actually silver and shiny, and even the spine is actually embossed, which is quite nice on both sides. And then on the back, and even the back is embossed. You don't you see that a little bit? Yeah, even the bird up here is embossed. You really don't see that level of embossing very often. I mean, it's usually just the front and that's it. But here you got, they're all embossed, all the characters embossed, the logo's embossed, like everything. Like, this is a beautiful, that's how you do a frickin' slipcover, And if we slip it out, See how boring the regular artwork is by comparison? It's not shiny at all. It's just gray. That's silver, man. Silverhawks are silver. So anyway, what we have here is the first 32 episodes. Silverhawks was only one 65-episode season. That's 5 days a week for 13-week cycle. And then take this out. We just got an ad for Blu-rays, oddly enough. They really just put them everywhere. And then on the inside of the cover, we have the list of episodes. Yeah, I was kind of hoping they'd do this like they did with the Thundercats and have them in larger, larger collection. But oh, and the last disc is actually a flipper disc. That's kind of disappointing. Why didn't they just put one extra disc in there? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Just treat that one with care. Oh, wait a minute. Got to put the commercial back in. Oh, yeah, actually, speaking of which, that's probably going to be the next Batman one I get, Gotham Knight, because I have not seen that yet, and I understand it's quite good. Basically, the animatrix of Batman films. Yeah. So, there we go. Some nice, pretty, shiny new stuff. So, if you're a Batman fan, definitely pick up the DC Universe animated ones. I was watching these with some friends, and we all kind of felt like it was like they had brought back Batman the Animated Series, but for people who had grown up with it. So it's like way more violent and intense than the animated series ever could have been, because they were bound by TV, like afternoon television rules for kids. So there were certain things they couldn't do. These ones do not have to follow those rules, and as such, they are a lot more intense, a little more violent. There's no nudity or anything like that, but there is blood, and there is some pretty severe violence in some of them. And but that's just being true to the stories. They've just done a straight adaptation of the stories. They've not watered it down at all, and God bless them. I should mention, speaking of Batman the Animated Series, Bruce Timm and Alan Burnett, the producers of Batman the Animated Series and Superman the Animated Series and the Justice League shows and all that, they're actually the producers on most of these movies, like almost all the DC Universe animated movies, which could explain why they're so damn good, because those dudes know how to tell a good story, and they know how to do justice to the comic book characters. So yeah, I will definitely be picking up more of the DC Universe animated films in the very near future, maybe even this month. We'll see how much Christmas money I get. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, and then of course Silverhawks. Funny thing is, I was going to say with Silverhawks, you can pick up Volume 1 ridiculously cheap online now, because it's been out for a while, and I guess supply far outweighed demand, so you can get them cheap. But then Volume 2, being a manufacturer-on-demand title through Warner Archive, is a little on the pricey side. Yeah, you're looking at about, I think it's about $30 or $40 to get, something crazy like that. Yeah. But at least it's available. At least we got it. At least we can finally complete our sets. So, yeah, I'll be picking that up at some point. No word on the comic strip, which was the other show that Rankin and Bass did, which had, actually had Karate Cat, and the only ones I remember, I think, are Karate Cat and Tiger Sharks. Tiger Sharks was the other sort of anthropomorphic human plus something else show that they did, and it was even more short-lived. It was only 13 episodes, and I think at that it was like 13 half-length episodes. The comic strip was kind of like an anthology, a weekly anthology thing that Rankin and Bass did, which featured a bunch of different shows, and Tiger Sharks was one of them. And yeah, it very much seemed like they were just kind of taking the Thundercats concept as far as they possibly could, milking it as, what other animals can we mix with humans, But so they had like cats mixed with humans, then they had like robots mixed with humans, and then they had fish mixed with humans, and then, well, that was pretty much it. That was the end of the road. But well, until now, of course, because we have the Thundercats revival, but that's definitely a story for another time, especially since I haven't really seen much of it yet. Yeah, so anyway, Batman, Silverhawks. Get them, watch them, love them. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara. Greetings, everyone. Well, continuing on with the DVD and Blu-ray updates, today I have 3 new titles to show you that might not particularly seem related, and, well, really they're not. Sort of. They all really have... bleh.